Miguel John Tell Pimentel records under the name of Miguel for, I think, reasonable reasons. He is an American contemporary R&B singer and songwriter from California. He started work on his first studio album in 2004 at the age of 18 or 19. That project got shelved. His next attempt was in 2007 when he recorded a whole album, but that was shelved for legal reasons and wasn't released until 2010. But he has released 4 more albums since then. Hi, my name's Dan, and I just want to point out that this is a minor landmark in my quest to review these 3,000 albums. This is the 600th review on this list that I've done, so that means I'm now 20% of the way through. And it's taken me about a year and a half to get this far, so by my calculations, if I keep going at the same rate, which I'm by no means guaranteeing because the rate has been quite quick at times, that makes it what? 5 times 1.5. That'll be 7.5 years in total, I think. So it's quite a mountain to climb, but I'm still going and I'm still keen. Here we go. Right, so this was the 3rd album by Miguel, and it's my first encounter with him. And as usual, or sometimes I'm looking at the genre definitions from both Acclaim Music and Wikipedia. So Acclaim Music said alternative R&B, which might be the best description for it. Wikipedia's got a much more comprehensive list. It says R&B, rock, neo-soul, new wave, psychedelic rock, and progressive soul. And some of those I wouldn't even know how to define what they were. So my description is going to be that it bridges the chasm between R&B on this hand and rock on this hand. And there are not many people who've done that, I think. So there are elements in here, particularly in the rock side of things, of Lenny Kravitz, possibly, and maybe little elements of Jimi Hendrix. It's got a bit of that kind of psychedelic feel to it. But the person that it has some similarities to, although he doesn't strongly remind me of this person, is Prince. And Prince has been cited here as being a similar thing because he also sat as a bridge across between rock and R&B. And I think that the reason why Prince has been mentioned is because there are not many people, to my mind, who've done that. It's a bit of a chasm, this thing. And I think that this is a good thing to do, to span these chasms and go across genre boundaries. So it's very, very musically. I'm not going to start trying to describe individual bits of it. Most of it I like. I think I'm probably responding more to the rock elements than to the R&B elements because generally speaking, R&B, certainly modern R&B, is not really my kind of thing. But I like the idea of this rock, rock R&B hybrid. So that's good. It has a bit of the kind of R&B thing, or same as hip hop. It credits a lot of writers and quite a few producers in here, and it's got some guests. So there's a person called Corrupt that I've not heard of, and Lenny Kravitz, who I've heard of and I've already mentioned, comes as a guest. It's also similar to some R&B stuff. It's got some kind of sound effects or sounds from, as if they're scenes or situational sounds in here. I'm going to pull one track out to talk about actually a couple of them. The first one is Coffee, which was the single from the album, and it's quite contemporary. So it has a fair amount in common with some kind of post-2000s pop, I would say, but kind of R&B pop. It's also got kind of some electro kind of sounds going on in there. So it's quite an interesting blend. For not so much musically, but lyrically, the track "What Is Normal Anyway" I found to be a very interesting song about looking for a place and not feeling like he fits in lots of different kind of subcultures or subgroups. So that was lyrically quite nice. There's obviously the song's about quite a bit of other things here. I'm going to pick out The Valley, which is a fairly explicit song about the sex media industry. And generally there's some fairly strong words and strong language in here, and there's a fair bit about sex and sexuality in here. The singing is decent. He's got a good range. I would describe it as a fairly good or a strong R&B style voice. And mostly then I liked it. I found it engaging. I found it fairly inventive. And if this was the shape of R&B to come, I would embrace that hugely, because this is much more accessible to me than most modern R&B is, which generally leaves me quite cold. So I would say there's a lot of upsides to it. It's a bit strong for me at times in terms of its content. So it's not the sort of thing that you would play in front of your, at work or in front of your kids. Not safe for those sorts of situations. Right, that's the end of my opinion. And please give me your opinion by leaving a comment. That's it from me for now.
Too immoral for the Christians, but too moral for the cutthroat. Too far out for the in crowd. What's normal anyway? Too involved in my own life to spend time with my family. Too concerned about what others think. What's normal anyway? What's normal anyway? What's normal anyway? I mean, what's normal anyway? What's normal anyway? What's normal anyway?